Elara spent her days repairing ancient things, wiping dust from the silent faces of clocks that no longer ticked. As a conservation technician at the Museum of Antiquities, she was surrounded by the past, but she was always searching for the future. Her true passion wasn't history, it was the stars. One rainy Tuesday, a new acquisition arrived, the Chronos compass. It was a fist-sized bronze sphere, etched with star charts that didn't match any known constellations and inlaid with a single perfectly clear crystal. It was centuries old, pulled from a deep-sea wreck and utterly inert, or so the catalogue claimed. As Elara ran a routine ultrasound scan, she detected an anomaly, a faint, ultra-low frequency hum emanating from the crystal. It wasn't mechanical vibration. It sounded like a whisper from deep space, a single note that should have been inaudible to human ears. Over the next 3 nights, Elara worked late. She cross-referenced the compass's strange star charts with modern astronomical data, using her private, patched-together telescope array back in her apartment. The charts weren't constellations, they were coordinates. And the strange signal wasn't a broadcast. It was an intake, a rhythmic pulse, drawing energy from a distant point in the sky. That point was the Helix Nebula, a cloud of gas and stellar remnants, famous for its breathtaking emerald glow. The Chronos compass wasn't a compass, it was a battery, and it was draining the light of a star system to power itself. And according to the artifact's own ancient, coded alignment, the process was reaching its completion. Elara knew she couldn't call the director, the press, or even her fellow scientists. The artifact was too valuable, too fragile, and the cosmic claim sounded like madness. She decided she had to go back to the museum, activate the compass, and find a way to stop it before the nebula went dark. In the dead of night, Elara slipped back into the hushed, cavernous halls. The security system was sophisticated, but she knew the blind spots. She had installed the motion detectors herself. She reached the secure vault where the compass lay on velvet, the crystal now pulsing with a visible, dim blue light. Setting up her specialized sonic amplifier, she found the specific frequency needed to fully activate the device. As the tone resonated, the bronze sphere didn't just hum, it roared. The crystal flared with emerald light, and the museum's glass roof above them, which was usually invisible at night, suddenly became a window to the cosmos. A column of emerald light, impossibly bright, shot up from the compass, piercing the ceiling and vanishing into the sky. On the floor, the shadows of the display cases danced as the room filled with the swirling colors of the Helix Nebula, projected not by light, but by something more fundamental. Time and space warped around the device. The compass was pulling the very light and history from the nebula, drawing it across billions of miles into itself. Fascinating, a cold voice echoed from the vault entrance. Dr. Vaughn, a discredited, ruthless corporate astrophysicist who had financed the compass's recovery, stepped into the light, flanked by 2 bulky, silent men. "You should have left antiquity to the historians, Elara," Vaughn sneered, holding a sleek, modern disruptor pistol. "This is not a battery, it's a time sink. It collects the past light of stars. Imagine the data, the energy, enough to map the beginning of the universe. We were so close. You were going to let a nebula die," Elara whispered, shielding her eyes. "It's just a light show," Vaughn dismissed. "A few billion-year-old photons. Step away from the device." Elara's mind raced. She couldn't fight them, but she understood the mechanism. The energy intake was pure, raw, and accelerating. If she reversed the polarity of the sonic amplifier, she could destabilize the field. It would destroy the compass, but it might save the nebula. With a surge of adrenaline, Elara slammed the sonic amplifier's polarity switch. The Chronos compass screamed. The emerald light intensified into a blinding white flash. The projected nebula image on the floor buckled and distorted, pulling in on itself. Vaughn shouted, the disruptor clattering uselessly to the floor as the energy field violently ejected all the stored light and time back out into the night sky. A deafening crack echoed through the museum. When Elara blinked the spots from her vision, Vaughn and his men were gone, having fled the collapse. The Chronos compass was nothing but oxidized bronze dust and shattered crystal on the velvet cushion. The emerald light was gone. Outside, the first faint rays of dawn were breaking. Elara stood in the ruined vault, exhausted but triumphant. The museum had lost a priceless artifact, but somewhere, billions of years away, the Helix Nebula was still shining brightly, unburdened. She looked up at the glass roof, imagining the saved light, a silent testament to a night where one technician chose the grandeur of the distant cosmos over the wealth of the ancient world.